Football is more than a game in Nigeria. It is culture. It is heartbeat. It is that one thing capable of silencing arguments in beer parlors, filling stadiums to the brim, and even uniting political rivals under one anthem, the anthem of victory. The Super Falcons, Nigeria's pride in women's football, have been carrying that banner for decades, conquering Africa, dominating WAFCON, and fearlessly representing the nation at the FIFA Women's World Cup. But the Ballon d'Or? That's another level. The Ballon d'Or, organized by France Football, is the highest individual recognition in world football. It's not about local dominance, not even about continental supremacy. It's about standing shoulder to shoulder with the absolute best in the world. For Nigerian names to make it onto that stage, into that rare circle, means history is being written. Today, we are not just telling a story. We are celebrating 3 Nigerians, 2 fearless players and 1 tactical coach who broke barriers and carved their names into the Ballon d'Or record books. This is a countdown from number 3 to number 1, a celebration of coach Justin Madugu, goalkeeper Chiamaka Nnadozie, and striker Asisat Oshoala. Each of them has a story that burns with determination, sacrifice, and the Nigerian spirit that says, "We know they carry last." So, sit back as we begin this inspiring journey. Number 3, Coach Justin Madugu, the master strategist. For decades, when global awards were mentioned, African coaches were rarely in the conversation. The spotlight was almost always on European masterminds Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, Carlo Ancelotti. Yet, in 2025, a Nigerian name rose into the headlines: Coach Justin Madugu, head coach of the Super Falcons, nominated for recognition at the Ballon d'Or Awards. Madugu's rise is not a tale of instant fame. It is a story of patience, loyalty, and deep understanding of Nigerian football. He was never one to shout the loudest or demand headlines. Instead, he worked quietly, shaping strategies, building players, and turning challenges into opportunities. His tactical mind came alive in some of the Falcons' toughest battles, whether it was at the Women's World Cup or in African qualifiers. Facing stronger teams with bigger budgets and more exposure, Madugu's Falcons fought with heart and discipline. Under him, the team found resilience, refusing to be intimidated by world giants. The recognition of his work at the Ballon d'Or level was more than a personal award. It was symbolic. It told every African coach, "You too can be seen. You too can be honored among the best." In a world where coaching brilliance is often measured by European trophies, Madugu's nomination shattered that glass ceiling. It reminded us that African tactics are not inferior, that African football intelligence deserves global respect. Inspirational lesson: leadership is not about noise. It's about vision, consistency, and the ability to inspire belief in your team. Madugu teaches us that even if the world doesn't see you at first, excellence will eventually demand recognition. For young Nigerian coaches working on dusty training pitches, for ex-players who dream of managing one day, Madugu's nomination is a torch. It says, your journey is valid. Keep going. The world will notice. Number 2, Chiamaka Nnadozie, the guardian angel. When you hear the name Chiamaka Nnadozie, what comes to mind? Strength, courage, safe hands. But more than that, she is a symbol of fearless ambition. Born in Owerri, Imo State, Nnadozie didn't grow up with silver spoons or fancy academies. She grew up with dreams. From playing with boys on dusty fields to catching the attention of scouts, her story is proof that greatness can rise from anywhere. At just 19, she became the youngest goalkeeper to keep a clean sheet at the Women's World Cup in 2019. That performance against South Korea wasn't just a match. It was an announcement. Nigeria had found its guardian angel. Fast forward to 2025, and Chiamaka Nnadozie stood tall in Paris, nominated for the prestigious Women's Yashin Trophy, the Ballon d'Or's award for the best goalkeeper in the world. Out of hundreds of keepers across Europe, South America, and Asia, Nnadozie finished 4th best globally. Think about that, a Nigerian, an African, finishing among the top 4 goalkeepers in the entire world. That's not ordinary. That's history. At her club, Paris FC, she has saved crucial penalties, frustrated giants like Arsenal and Chelsea, and been voted player of the match countless times. Her nomination wasn't charity. It was merit. Inspirational lesson. Nnadozie's story tells us that no dream is too big. A girl from our area can rise to the global stage, just as any boy from Warri or girl from Maiduguri can. What matters is discipline, persistence, and belief. For every young Nigerian girl watching football today, Nnadozie has become a mirror. A reminder that your gender, your background. A reminder that your gender, your background, or your environment should not limit how far you can go. If she can stand at the BallonDor stage, so can you. Number 1 Asisat Oshoala, the Queen of Africa. If football is a kingdom, then Asisat Oshoala is its African queen. Her story is the stuff of legends. Born in Ikorodu, Lagos, Oshoala grew up facing the cultural stereotype that football was not for girls. She defied it. She fought it. And in doing so, she became the face of women's football in Africa. From her early days at Rivers Angels to Arsenal in England, to her dominance in China, and finally her glory at Barcelona, Oshoala's career has been decorated with goals, trophies, and awards. She has won the CAF Women's Player of the Year a record 6 times. But her biggest global breakthrough came in 2022, when she was nominated for the Ballon d'Or, feminine, becoming the first African woman ever to receive that honor. She didn't stop there. In 2023, her name was again on the shortlist, proving she wasn't a one-time wonder. She had become a regular name in world football's highest conversations. At Barcelona, she won multiple UEFA Women's Champions League titles, scoring goals that silenced doubters. Her speed, strength, and lethal finishing made her one of the most feared strikers in the game. But beyond goals, Oshoala's true power lies in her role as a pioneer. She kicked down the door for African women in football, making sure the world never again forgets that talent can come from Lagos just as much as from Lyon or London. Inspirational lesson. Oshoala teaches us about courage and trailblazing. It is never easy to be the first. There will be doubts, criticism, and barriers. But pioneers don't wait for paths, they create them. And in creating them, they make it easier for others to follow. Her Ballon d'Or nominations remind every African child that excellence has no borders. Your background doesn't define your future. Your determination does. And so, our countdown ends with a truth. Nigeria is no longer just participating in world football. Nigeria is shaping it. From coach Justin Madugu's tactical brilliance, to Chiamaka Nnadozie's fearless saves, to Asisat Oshoala's trailblazing goals, Nigeria has stamped its mark on the Ballon d'Or stage. These 3 nominations are more than football honors. They are symbols of resilience. Proof that the world cannot ignore African excellence forever. Proof that Nigerian dreams are valid. To every young boy juggling a ball on the streets of Kano, to every young girl being told football is not for you in Port Harcourt, this story is your encouragement. If Oshoala, Nnadozie, and Madugu could rise from Nigerian soil to the grandest stage in Paris, then you, too, can rise in your chosen field. As Nigerians, we carry a spirit that refuses to give up. A spirit that says, we may be doubted, but we will be noticed. So, the next time the Ballon d'Or stage lights up, don't be surprised when you hear more Nigerian names. Because the journey has already begun, and the legacy is unstoppable.